its own.
with meat.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say your favorite food is wine. But...
Wine. That's my favorite beverage. And
Not a
with
meal.
marinara, and I do put wine in mine, so
That's the best.
it does contain wine. You weren't far off. So, if you could live anywhere that you wanted to in the whole wide world, where would it be?
Mackinac Island.
Really?
I love
In the
Mackinac
whole
Island.
world?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's like back in time.
It is.
It's everything. Everybody's at a different pace. You change a little when you go there.
You do.
Really, you're not accustomed to the hustle and bustle of everyday life. You can't just go to the nearest McDonald's. It's not there. You have to
Eat fudge.
acclimate with what they have. Eat fudge and take a carriage.
There
Yes,
you go.
exactly. I love it there.
That's a good combination, isn't it?
Maybe take a bike ride.
you can bike right
You
too,
could
yeah.
still eat fudge. How about you? Where would you live?
Oh, I love the ocean, so I would probably say Hawaii.
Hawaii. Good. That's a
yeah.
good choice. Have you been there?
I have.
So
Been
you
Kauai.
know.
Only one island, but it was just beautiful. Enjoyed it.
Very good. Very
How about
good.
you?
I would live in Italy. I think I would live on Sicily.
Is it because of the marinara?
It's because of the marinara and the scenery and the wine. And every meal they serve you wine in a big jug.
Yes, they
Dago
do.
red, yeah. And it's all terraced up, so no matter where you are, you can see the ocean.
Now, have you been to Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I almost didn't come back.
I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah,
The way you describe
it
it,
was
I can
hard
tell I'd
coming
like-
back to the States after being in Europe. You were in Europe too.
Yes, I've been in Europe. Loved it.
It's real hard to come back, isn't it?
It is. Even I was like, oh, do I pick Costa Rica? Because that's another favorite. But I'm like, oh, I guess I'd stay in the U.S. It's
Now there's
beautiful.
so much turmoil everywhere, but you know what? There's turmoil here too, and I think a lot of people don't see that. But that's a whole nother show. So next week we have Deb Collins from Women to Women magazine on the show. She's always a really fun guest, and she's also in the sponsor spotlight. So she's a guest and a sponsor spotlight. Have you guys read Women to Women magazine? I just happen to have some here for you to take home.
Wonderful. We're
Yes.
going to read it.
It's a good magazine. And then we have coming up, we have a lot of things. August is going to be a very, very busy month. It starts out with August 3rd. First Wednesday of the month is always Divas Night Out, Dino's at Vino's. And we get there about 6 o'clock. And we don't really stay that late, but some of us eat, but we all have wine, except for the people that don't drink wine, of course. And water is also encouraged. But a glass of wine, it's half off wine.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, you can't. So we have a really good time at that. And it's also our Divalution Project meeting. And the Divalution Project is just divas doing good. And every quarter we do something different for the community. August 14th is our third quarter event. It's called Fundapalooza. And it is really fun. I think this was yours.
Okay.
Fundapalooza. Last year we did a food drive for the Good Samaritan homeless shelter. And Two Men in a Truck was one of our sponsors at that time. And we sat there in the truck and waited for people to bring us food. And it didn't go over well. So we thought, well, we better have something to give back, right? So I started talking to some local musicians, and we have 5 musicians lined up. We have Scott Baker, Michael Hopkins from Ann Arbor, Steve Armstrong, Lights of Georgia Jade, and Jennifer Nagley are each going to play for an hour on August 14th at the Tri-City Brewery, and admission is a non-perishable food item and cash. The cash is going to be split up between the Divalution Project and Girls on the Run.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
going to be really
And that's
fun.
a really good lineup, too.
Yeah, isn't that
Yeah.
something? All these people volunteered, and it's all acoustic sets. It's going to be very intimate, and we just decided recently that we're going to have a silent auction too, and that money again will be split up between those 3.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Great.
I can't
Wonderful.
wait. So tell all your friends August 14th. It's a Sunday. Coming up on August 10th is our ribbon cutting ceremony right here at the new studio. I believe it's at 4 o'clock. So we'll be talking more about that next week. And also, please make plans to attend Power of the Purse. All proceeds from that event go to the Bay Area Women's Shelter. And we're collecting purses here. I don't know. Have you ever been to that?
Yes, yes.
That is a fun
It's a purse
time.
auction that
It
they
is.
actually hold, and they raise a ton of money.
They
at
do.
That. It's awesome, and it's a great cause too.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of different restaurateurs come and we get to eat food and drink wine
And be around purses.
and bid on purses. And there's table after table of purses. There's a silent auction part. There's a $10 purse table that people are like, it's like a feeding frenzy. It's a purse frenzy.
It is.
It's really fun. And then they also have a live auction where you bid on some designer purses. And there are some, last year there was a Michael Kors. There was like an antique Calvin Klein. There were, oh man, just gorgeous stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's an
that's
awesome
really
event.
fun. So that is on August 11th. And if you would like a ticket, please let me know. The number is 989-402-4627. And if you stop by with purses, I'm going to take them next week. So if you're going to donate a new or lightly used purse, please feel free to bring them down to 1017 Washington Avenue, and I'll give you a tour of the new studio. Actually, all you have to do is stand by the door and look in. That's
It's less
the
creepy if
tour.
you walk in, though.
Good point. And you can like do it 360 just, and that way you'll get the back and the front and everything.
Yeah.
So come on down and bring your purses. Tell your friends. Again, I'd like to have a great big table there of divas because it is just a fun event.
Very fun.
And you don't get to sit down very long either because you're out looking at the purses and that $10 table. You got to go check that out, and it's really fun.
Oh, yeah. You can always use a new purse.
That's right. Get rid of an old, get a new.
There you go.
Yeah. So next week we have Deb Collins. Don't forget about that. Don't mark all these days on your calendar. August 3rd, August 10th, August 11th, and August 14th. And if you know of anybody that would like to donate a silent auction for Fundapalooza, let us know. We're taking those two down here at the studio. I thank you ladies for being with us so very much. It was not a boring show.
No, thank you for
good.
having us, too.
My pleasure. And come back anytime, any Tuesday night. We're here.
Okay.
Fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So until next week, my friends, be real.
Stay
true.
Know
Know
who you are and what you believe, because you are the Divalution. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We hope that you'll get in touch with Andrea Jean from Thrivent Financial. And if you see Ashli walking around, make sure you wave and tell her that you heard about her on the Divalution Show. Please go see our sponsors and tell them you heard about them right here on W4 Divas and the Divalution Show. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great night. Good night.
The Divalution Show is a W4 Divas production hosted by Deb St.Hilaire and produced by Josh Sherrill. All rights reserved.